On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good, touch my swag, this shit good, I look fly, I look.
It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for a Real Housewives of Atlanta review. This is the reunion part 3, and it actually got a little bit more interesting. I don't know if you saw, but the reaction video that I put out last night, you guys can get that. I will put the link here, here. And you guys can check that out. So they start off with Bob and his soul glow beard. Okay, he is giving you all the glitter in the world with that beard. And I'm glad it's moisturized because some people were ashy. I don't know if you saw when I put up the picture on my Instagram and during the reaction video of that ashy ass screenshot when Kenya flips her dress open with her legs crossed. And I had to get into it with somebody on Instagram because they were like, you know, Kenya always got y'all talking, always got y'all talking about her. Y'all stupid and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That is stupid to think that she would intentionally have the back of her legs ashy, okay, just so that we could talk about her. Bitch, we're already talking about her. She's on the reunion show. It's just a joke. It was a joke. You know why it was a joke? Because if Kenya's fucking ass would have saw it, she would have said something too. If she would have caught somebody else with ashy thighs, she would have said something too, because she's a shady bitch too. So I'm sorry, but I shaded her fucking ass. Feel bad about it if you want to, but I'm just gonna go ahead and point it out because that's what I saw and I thought it was funny. What? Chafing? Really? I mean, she's sitting. She's not running. Her thighs aren't rubbing together. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't have to have them rubbing together. There's a way that you can sit without your legs being rubbed together. Okay, I don't know if you hoes know that, but yes, that can happen. So I was just so confused by that explanation that it must have been baby powder. And I'm like, bitch, it doesn't matter if she used baby powder. They're supposed to check shit like that before people go sit out on that set, okay? And when people are at that eye level, like the camera people and the producers are, on basically them sitting on a lower level looking at this shit, I know you can see it, and I love how they didn't show it until Kenya was being fucking annoying, okay? Like, don't do me, all right? Some people said they saw it the first episode. I didn't see it, but I'm gonna just say I still felt like them showing it was them throwing shade, because there was another part where she was doing it and they hurry up and cut before you saw the thigh being ashy, the ashy thigh meat. Now getting back to Bob, Sheree is still emotional, and she says that she feels like the only reason that Bob is sorry and doing this fake apology on stage, that's what I thought. I didn't think it was sincere at all. I think he was trying to do his best sincere voice, but I think it's bullshit. I think that he don't see no problem joking about choking her and shit like that, because he had to be with that bitch, and there's some deep animosity between them two. For two people who were supposed to be married and had children and were in love, that's two motherfuckers that act like they really can't stand each other, okay? So I don't care what nobody say. Bob is full of shit. Sheree feels that Bob is full of shit. Andy asked, you know, do you think that, you know, there's a chance for you guys to, you know, rekindle the relationship? And she's like, you know, we can be friends, but he is not where I need him to be. Okay? And the only reason he's apologizing is because people had to hold him to task for the things that he said. Social media will get into that ass. Like, just like the regular media and news holds politicians and important people accountable, you have social media to hold you regular stupid motherfuckers accountable for what y'all say and do. Okay? Like Charlamagne say, I'm gonna give you the credit you deserve for being stupid, and Bob, your ass was being stupid. And no, you know, sad sack apology with a sincere one eye is going to, you know, convince me of otherwise, y'all. Now all of a sudden the men are up there, and Cynthia gets emotional because they ask her, why do you think that you guys got divorced? And she says because she was not strong enough to deal with a plethora of fucking problems that happened with not only them being on that on a television show and social media, because social media is the devil as well. On one hand, it's great. You know what I'm saying? It gives me a chance to do this. And on the other hand, You know, it can ruin people's fucking marriages and their families. And that's just the realization of it all. Okay? And Cynthia just says that she was not strong enough to continue to deal with the things that were happening in their relationship. And Peter just really wishes that she was strong. Okay? The question is asked if they're dating. Cynthia says, I've been on a date, but I'm not like really out there like that. And Peter is, yes, really into a bitch and ready to give her that shang-a-lang dang. Okay? Like he is ready to give out the shang-a-lang dang. He said before they got divorced, there was a year and a half that he and Cynthia did not have relations. And hunty, okay, it is time to let the tiger out of the cage. Growl. They asked the question about if Block is still being in little Riley's life. And yes, he is still in Riley's life. They asked Todd how he feels about him and his shiny beard. But you know, Todd is so cute. And he's just so compact, but he's just so cute. He thought it was going to be bullshit at first. But now to see that Block has consistently been calling and trying to keep that relationship going with Riley, he is impressed. And we're all impressed. And we're glad that that happened because Block came on that show and act like a total fucking asshole. Once again, social media. Okay? When enough people tell you about yourself, something might click. Then we get on Portia and Todd number 2's relationship. And Peter wants to know, as well as inquiring minds, why Todd number 2 isn't here. What's going on with Todd number 2? Why isn't he here, Portia? And Portia says, oh, well, you know, he's here in spirit. He's been texting me, but he's just not here. And apparently their relationship is on pause. I was like, word, y'all are on pause. But she says she has good news that he did get a job. And I'm like, oh, so now there's a possibility that you two can get back together now that he can help you pay for whatever the fuck you want to pay for. And it's not really about him taking care of her because it's obvious that Portia has her own ends, okay? Really, it's about him being able to roll with her and take her out on the dates that she wants to go out on. Yes, I have money and sometimes I'm going to be paying for shit for you because it's obvious that that's the type of girl that Portia is. But I'm not going to sit up here and act like Portia's stupid because she wants a man with money. Like, I'm not gonna do that. We all want that. Some of us don't have the luxury of waiting around for that shit. I found my love, okay? I found my love and I'm not about to, you know, say no to it because it doesn't come wrapped up in some sparkly fucking paper that says I have cash, okay? You know why? Because first of all, we're young, okay? And only time will tell, and I'd be a dumbass broad to let go of a loyal, sweet, deserving, tall, fine shouldered ass, you know, big lipped man. Okay, like, okay, facial features are my dreams. I'd be stupid to let that go because we haven't quite acquired our fortune yet. Okay, I'm putting it out there because I will acquire a fortune as soon as I knock Wendy Williams off her fucking chair. It is the dream. Get on the baby nump. And Portia says that she made the baby nump because she saw signs that made her feel like they might not work out. And I'm like, so if you saw those signs, Portia, why would you want to continue to have a baby with him? Like, if you see signs, ladies, if you see signs that a man is 1, an asshole, 2, selfish, 3, a slut, I'm gonna try to impress upon you the importance of walking the fuck away. You cannot change people, okay? Like, when people have bad traits and they just are in a relationship and it's all about them most of the time, just because you marry them does not mean that it's going to change. The whole time Portia is talking about her and Ty's relationship, Peter is whispering and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they asked Phaedra why she was so against Portia having a baby with Ty without the marriage and everything. And she was like, you know, just because I wanted Portia to have, you know, the dream. I wanted her to have, you know, the perfection. I wanted her to have it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted her to have the whole, you know, the whole enchilada. And Peter is like, Phaedra, do you have the whole enchilada, bitch? Do you have the perfect relationship? Do you have a man right now? Right, you don't. So, there ain't no perfection, baby. And really what that was, I think, is Peter as a man being pissed off at the fact that not only are Phaedra and Portia fucking liars, but you threw that man to the side after he made a decision to be with you because he had to quit his job. Like, why would you not holding on? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jeffrey Osborne. Why wouldn't you hold on until he got another job? Put him on pause. To me, that shows a lack of loyalty. I'm not saying stay with a broke nigga, but if you know it's going to be easy for him to get another job, why would you, you know, leave a good relationship just for that shows signs of superficiality and immaturity. Even though Portia is not a gold digger, I think she is stupid when it comes to certain things, and that was definitely not a good move if you really were into that man. Now that brings me to my question: was the relationship real from the beginning? Did you really want to be with him? Did you really have a relationship with him? Or was it just easy to have him because he would be on the show with you and you would have a storyline? Him not being there, to me, is more of Portia not being held accountable for her fault and how shit went down, both with the ladies and with Todd. But you know what? I ain't got time, because just like I ain't got time, Peter didn't have time. He got his ass up and walked off the fucking stage. He didn't give a fuck, okay? He said, I'm done with this shit, okay? I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of okay? He basically said that he wishes that Cynthia was stronger. Okay, so you know, to really withstand the things that were being said about their relationship. And I think he was also pissed because he made the comment about Portia, you know, saying things like he was sleeping with 18 and 19-year-olds or sleeping with his staff. That helped ruin his fucking relationship, and it wasn't true. And Cynthia being weak-minded and not being able to handle the stress of their relationship, being on television and being out there and having people be in their relationship in such a way, she really just had to let it go, and he just wishes that she was stronger, because if she was, they would be great, you know. And I feel for Peter, and I felt bad for Peter, and I understand why he left. I wish Cynthia was stronger. I think we all wish Cynthia was a stronger person. And if she does gain anything positive from this reality show bullshit, I really hope that it strengthens her as a person, you know, when it comes to other people, because we have seen her before be walked all over by Nene and by other cast members because she is not strong enough to fight when she needs to fight. But moving along, y'all, we get on Sheree and all her fucking bone carrying, like a damn pit bull carrying bones from one person to the next. And Shamia comes on stage. Shamia is gorgeous, okay? Like, I just have to say it. Oh my God, those teeth and her chocolatey skin and that navy blue dress and the hair. I was just here for it. I was here for Shamia's look. Portia and Shamia have not spoken since the scene with Phaedra saying that they were fucking, talking about Shamia, Candy, and Todd. They haven't spoken since that scene aired, okay? And I'm like, you know what? Wow, Portia. And I blame Portia for that. I really do, because in my mind, I can understand exactly why Shamia was upset. Sheree says that she carries the bones for you bitches because it's going to air on television, and she doesn't want to have a conversation with somebody where they're like, why didn't you tell me that happened? And she has to explain why, oh, I didn't tell you that didn't happen because of da-da-da-da. She don't want that. And also, stop talking about each other behind each other's back. She makes you bitches be held accountable. At the end of the day, yes, Sheree is so damn messy, and at times it is so annoying because it's not the fact that you tell the story, it's sometimes that you add shit onto the story or take shit out of the story. But in some cases, you change the wording and a whole fucking drama-filled situation pops up. But at the same time that I say that, I feel like Portia was trying to have a problem with Candy because Candy and Phaedra weren't getting along, and she couldn't just take sides. She had to have a reason for taking sides. And I think that's where her finding an issue with the block situation, like, does it really matter at this point? You know what I mean? And she was like, I was upset because Candy said, no, I didn't say that, but you did sleep with him. And it's like, well, Candy was like, no, the reason why I said that is because we were having a conversation and I felt like you were trying to check me over something that was actually true. So it's like, bitch, don't come in my face trying to check me for something that's true. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that, okay? I'm gonna put the fucking brakes on you on that one. And I felt that because I'm also that type of person. Like, if you want to lie in front of people's faces and shit like that, 9 times out of 10, depending on what it is, I will probably call you out about it because that's just me. Sorry. Don't lie in front of me. It's bullshit. Don't do it. I don't like it. Don't do it. But at the same time, like, as an adult now, I don't have time to be worrying about other people's fucking problems. But don't try to check me about something that I did not say when we both know that you actually did have sex with him. Like, let's not do that. The question is asked to Sheree who she thinks talks about people the most behind their backs. And she's like, I think it's Phaedra. It's like, Phaedra. And it was like, Yeah, consensus. It's Phaedra. And Phaedra was like, well, hey, you know, that's fine. At least you know that I'm not trying to put your business out there on Front Street. And everybody is like, bitch, please. Bitch, please. For real. Like, you may not do it, but you get somebody else to do it like you did with Portia. Okay? Now, you make up fucking lies, which is Candy's problem. Okay? Is that you make up actual lies. Nothing is actually factual about what you're saying behind somebody's back. And then you tell it to somebody that's dumb enough to say it in front of everybody, and now you have to be basically, you know, you have to say something about the lies you told, and you say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because Candy asked Phaedra, okay, you knew that threesome shit wasn't true, so why did you say that? Why did you say that? And she just sits there and says nothing. And another thing that they get on, and you know, because Portia tries to go through this whole apology to Shamea, because it was very obvious that she had Phaedra's back on many occasions, but did not have Shamea's back. Especially the time when Shamea said that Phaedra was putting her ass all over her ex, you know, boyfriend or whatever, trying to get with her man, and that's why she needed to watch herself. And Portia had a problem with that and checked Shamea about that. But Sheree and Phaedra and Portia sit down at a table, and Phaedra makes the comment that Shamea is fucking Candy and Todd. And what is Portia's response? They are close. They're real close. You didn't say it, but you insinuated it. And both you and Phaedra gonna sit on that fucking stage and act like all the insinuations and all the things that you were saying, trying to make it seem like Candy was a lesbian in the closet. You knew that was a lie, and you still insinuated it. What people came, you know, from with it, like Sheree adding her 2 cents onto it before it was, you know, sent back to Candy or sent back to Portia or whatever, doesn't matter, because you still started it, bitch. Okay? Whether you meant it to be said that she was a lesbian or not, you said she was having sexual relationships with other women while she's married to her husband. That is what you said. And then Portia said that, yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but she's definitely in somebody's closet, honey. Okay? That's what you said. Just like last season at the reunion when you said that shit about Peter. It was not true. You lied. You blatantly fucking lied, and yet you don't see why people have a problem with you. That shit is exhausting. And if I was Candy, I'm sorry, I probably would have fucked Phaedra up at the end of this episode. But we're gonna get into that, y'all. And what was this whole thing between Kenya and Portia going back and forth? And see, when Kenya butted in, okay, Kenya had to butt in. Kenya and Candy, but Candy would wait for Kenya to butt in, and then she would co-sign what Kenya was saying. Kenya and Candy said that it's not about how Shamea felt, because Portia, in her apology to Shamea, she's like, you know, I'm sorry that you felt that way. And Kenya's like, it's not about how she felt, it's about what you did. So that caused them to start going back and forth, which resulted in Portia just saying continuously, shut the fuck up, Kenya, shut the fuck up. And somebody wrote that it was a deflection, and I was like, I didn't see that part as a deflection, because Kenya can be annoying with how she would jump into somebody else's segment like this is not about you. But at the same time, you should have said, you know what, you're right, not because of them, but because of Shamea, because at the end of the day, it is condescending in a way when you apologize to somebody about how they feel. Okay, because it in some way says that they're making it up in their mind, and you actually haven't done anything wrong. And that's the problem, because you did do something wrong. Okay, you put it out there and help insinuate that your friend was having a threesome with Candy and Todd. That was fucked up. So they get into freaking frack, okay? Phaedra and Portia's relationship, and they ask the ladies, do they think that it's genuine? They don't think it's genuine. And Portia and Phaedra are both like, I mean, how the fuck would y'all know if our relationship is genuine? A friendship is between two people, not a group. But here's the thing, Phaedra, they think that it's fake because you two are the only people that the other person would film with, basically. Y'all made an alliance, what Candy said, so that y'all would have somebody to film with, so that y'all can stay on the show. And it's very obvious that Phaedra has a hard time really caring for anybody. I'm sorry, but the way she handled the situation with Candy, the way she continues to do things behind the scenes and then act like she hasn't done anything wrong and be vindictive and never explain herself and never apologize for anything and always trying to put on, you know, her lawyer voice with you, to me, it just shows coldness. And it makes me wonder if you are really friends with Portia, or are you just using Portia so that you can have somebody to tape with, just like she needs somebody to tape with. Cynthia says that real friends don't like go to bat for each other when they're doing the wrong shit. Like they don't defend each other with bullshits. And that's exactly what Phaedra and Portia do. No matter what, they back each other up. When Cynthia feels like if she has a problem with Kenya, or Kenya has a problem with Cynthia, they will say what their problem is. They have a real friendship. And I agree with what Cynthia said. Shamia makes a comment that, you know, Portia just better watch herself. She better watch her credit cards and her debit cards and her fucking credit score, bitch, because we all know that that girl is up to some fraudulent activity. And Phaedra got so pissed off and was like, keep calling me a fraud and see what happened. And she was like, fraud, 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 bitch. You're not gonna do anything. Todd shaded Phaedra on who we know the feds watching. And I was just like, wow. They letting it be known that they feel like you absolutely had something to do with the shady, fraudulent shit that Apollo went to jail for. At some point, Shamia and Phaedra really start to go at it, and Shamia is like, yeah, bitch, because it's Southern Belle one day and Ho the next day. And I'm like, girl, if that ain't the truth, clap hand if that ain't the truth. And Candy asked the question that her being friends with Shamia while she and Portia were beefing, she never felt like Shamia was in between them two. But when you look at Portia being friends with both Candy and Phaedra, she definitely took sides in the fight between Candy and Phaedra. And it's like, why don't you understand like how that was fucked up? Because Candy feels like she never gave her a reason to take sides. Like, bitch, why do you feel that way? And Portia was like, well, when Sheree told me that you said that Phaedra was cheating on her husband, and I'm like, I don't know that to be true, so let me try to talk to Candy about it. Candy was like, no, bitch, you was coming at me trying to check me about that shit. And then Shamia chimes in and starts to say how fucked up that is and why, you know, you keep going to bat for Phaedra. And Portia says that when, you know, well, I told you I had a problem with Candy and you weren't worrying about it. You were too busy worrying about why I didn't come to your event. And it's like, because it's not always about you, Portia. That's why. You know what I mean? And I think Portia is getting it from all sides at this point. But it's like, you got to be held accountable for this bullshit, bro. Y'all been lying this whole season and it's bullshit. It's so aggravating to have people on this show withhold shit and I don't want to talk to them. I don't have to talk to them and we're not friends. It's like, get the fuck off the show then. So Todd comes back on stage so we can talk about this lesbian shit, okay? And Candy is like, at the beginning, I thought somebody was trying to say I didn't love my husband or something like that by saying like I was in a closet and I didn't really want to be with Todd. You know, she was like, because I don't understand why anybody would make a big deal about something I've already said. I've already said that I've had relationships with girls. And, you know, Andy's like, how many girls? And she's like, you know, a couple of girls. Andy, damn. Like, why I gotta give you the, you know, the verbatims, nigga, goddamn. Portia said that she didn't call her a lesbian. Candy said that you said I was in the closet, and the insinuation was Shamia. Like, you were insinuating it. And I'm sorry, but Portia, you did say that she was in the closet. They rolled that clip. That is exactly what you said after what Phaedra said about Shamia, Todd, and Candy fucking each other. Candy is like, you know, don't throw shade at me about something when you're doing it too. And that's why Candy brought up the situation about the kiss. Phaedra says that I never said she was a lesbian. You're not a lesbian just because you sleep with a woman. And it's like, see, Phaedra, with the fucking semantics. You insinuated that Candy was in a relationship with women while she's in her relationship with Todd. You knew what you were insinuating. And you also, I felt like, fed that shit to Portia so Portia could go back and say that shit to people. Like, you were, I feel like, intentionally trying to put that out there about her and Shamia just because you had heard shit about Candy being with women before. And, you know, Phaedra's like, so none of y'all have heard that Shamia and Candy were together? Okay, whatever. Because nobody heard it, not even Portia. And then somebody has to ask the question about, you know, homophobia. And I'm like, we can't go a fucking reunion show without somebody acting like somebody's trying to be homophobic. Oh my God, it's just so fucking aggravating. Like, I'm just saying, y'all, it's just like, really, nobody's talking about y'all. Like, and I'm saying y'all because even though I'm including LGBT, just like Candy said, Portia's the B in LGBT, so am I. But I still feel as if somebody is always trying to call the smallest thing homophobic. And I want people to really understand the severity of what somebody with homophobia is. It's not making jokes. It's not, you know, saying somebody is a lesbian as a negative, really, because they have a fucking husband. for nothing else. I mean, I don't think anybody was saying, you know, you're a lesbian like it's a bad thing. I think they were saying it like Candy's with a man and putting on like she's not when she really is. That's what it was about. It wasn't about anybody saying being a lesbian was a bad thing. So the whole homophobic comment just kind of pissed me off, and I just get tired of every season somebody making a comment like that. If you feel like these bitches are homophobic, stop fucking watching this show. And then somebody asked that, okay, if Candy was sober like Portia said, why isn't her story more believable since everybody else was drinking, including Portia? And Portia's like, yeah, it meant more to her. And Candy is like, bitch, please, you remembered it too. Don't do me, okay? And basically, Candy's point is that the only reason I brought it up is because you were sitting up there talking about I'm in the closet when we all know what you do is, especially after we, you know, found out about that sermon she did talking about homophobia and how, you know, people need to be, you know, saved and all of that. But I agree, that was 10 years ago, and Portia did grow up in a church in the South. So it's like, take everything, you know, for what it's worth at the time. But Portia says that, you know, I've had experiences of my own, so I definitely don't feel like that now. That was 10 years ago. And I'm like, oh, so you admitting it. And Ty was like, oh, so you admitting it. You know, because Ty was like, bitch, there was more than one kiss that night at the club. This was 3 years ago. And not only did you kiss Candy, but you propositioned us. And Candy was like, nah, that's not a good move. And we left. But it definitely happened. And Portia pissed me off because she's like, you know, getting in on Candy, talking about, I smelled that coochie and that's why I threw the deuces, bitch. Okay, didn't nobody want to eat you out? And it's like, you're a fucking liar. Because she made the comment that they kissed and it wasn't a hookup. So why are you flattering yourself, Candy? And Candy was like, well, I guess I should have let you go downtown and eat the box then, bitch. And she was like, please, I would never eat your box, bitch. Short and stout and all of that shit. And, you know, I was just like, Portia, you are lying. You were doing exactly what you did the first time we had this conversation. You're fucking lying, bitch, okay? And trying to act like somebody has terrible BO is not going to, you know, pull the wool over my eyes, bitch. I definitely can see that you're lying right now, and you probably did do everything Ty and Candy said you did. Then they asked her, why do you think that Candy and Ty would try to drug you? Like, why would you say that? Why do you think that? And she says, well, you know, I'm a journalist and I'm on the radio and, you know, I get calls from a lot of people. And they're like, you are not a journalist, bitch. It is a gossip show. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, you are not, you're not a journalist, honey, but we're going to let you have it. And she says that she was sent a cease and desist by Candy from talking about that. So she's going to let she's going to let Phaedra answer it for her since Phaedra is the one that told her that. And I'm like, bitch. What? Phaedra, for real? You told her that Candy and Ty were gonna drug her? Are you serious? And she said she told her that like a year ago. Oh my God, why would you say that? And this entire time you sit on the stage and not say anything and you don't reply and you just don't have any answer or apology for the lies, the fucking lies, blatant. It's just, oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. Phaedra needs her whole ass beat or sued or however you want to handle it, okay? Because to be a grown-ass woman and be as versed in the law as you claim to be, you should know that putting lies out there like that about somebody are so fucked up, it can get you in trouble. But obviously, when you want to be a vindictive, evil bitch, it doesn't matter, right? Get over it, bitch. She held Apollo's shit at her house. Get the fuck over it. Nobody sent the feds to you, bitch. They were already watching. Because you know that's going to be her reason behind doing anything to Candy, that same shit. I ain't got time. Anyway, y'all, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Please do not forget to share, and put on your notifications and come back for Potomac. Peace out.
On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. Touch my swag,